Hey there, welcome to She Sells Radio. Okay, I'm just going to give a heads up as we go into this episode. I have literally zero notes. I usually have at least an outline. I have about 10 minutes before I've got to get on another call, but I felt super inspired by a call I just had with my mentor. And she kind of called me out on something that I didn't even realize I was doing, which is the value of mentorship, right? And she was like, I feel like you're so perfect and polished in all your social media content. And I was like, I don't feel like I am. I genuinely didn't feel like I was. But as she talked about it, I was like, oh my gosh, that is probably that is probably the case. That's probably how it's showing up is it's like too perfect, too polished, whatever. And it really got me thinking because we had a really interesting conversation about people pleasing, Elise, and what it's like when she's in charge versus what it's like when she's just kind of chilling in the back of the bus, not trying to control the whole thing. And sometimes this stuff, it's like it's so deep, we don't even see it. And again, this is not a plug for like you got to coach with me or whoever. I don't care. I do think you should have a coach, whoever you are, but we don't see our own stuff so many times, right? And I hadn't seen it, and she was helping me see ways, even in this year, that like people pleasing Elise had tried to be in control and tried to be in charge. And I noticed this hidden like limiting belief of if I'm not pleasing people, I don't make as much money. And it was so interesting how that came up because I know that that's not actually true. I know I can look back on situation after situation in my life over the past few years, and this year even, where I've tried to like go above and beyond to please a client that just was never going to be a good fit anyway, or have compromised things that I felt like I really needed in a relationship, but didn't want to, upset the other person or whatever the story was around it. And in any of those moments, those were never the most successful moments from a financial standpoint, from a happiness standpoint, from any sort of standpoint. And the moments in which it's like there have been zero F's given, and I just want to show up as me, and I don't care about who likes it, who doesn't, if it rubs the wrong type of a certain type of client the wrong way, whatever. Like those are the moments where I've been most successful. Those are the moments where it feels like synchronicities happen. Those are the moments where it feels like clients come out of the blue, opportunities come out of the blue, things are syncing, things are flowing. And so, like I said, I literally just got off this call and I got to go unpack this a little bit more. And I'm sure I'll have more for you on the podcast over the next couple of weeks as I really dig into this. But this was something that I didn't even realize was going on. And it really was. And so this is what I'm going to be doing and kind of the challenge I'm taking up. And I think it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be stretchy and uncomfortable. And I'm totally game for it. I had a TikTok, probably the same week you're listening to this. Jenna Faggart had built, she's built a really big brand on TikTok, and I had her on the show. And even on that episode, I was like, oh, my people are LinkedIn and podcasts. They're not TikTok. Well, here's what I will say. My coach challenged me on that today, and she was like, I want you making like real life, behind the scenes, like messy story videos on TikTok, just sharing what you're going through, what's up for you, sharing like the fun, silly, the imperfect side. And I'm going to do that. And it's going to be stretchy. I'll probably post them on Instagram too, so you can probably check them out there too. But it was a real invitation to just like, remember, we talk about let it be easy. It doesn't have to be hard. And I think this was a way that I was making things harder than they needed to be, subconsciously, not even realizing it. And so this is going to be fun. And so I'm asking you as my listener, I guess, a couple things. Again, totally unscripted here. So this is just showing up in real time. Number one, hold me accountable to putting this content out there. Like check my page, check and be like, hey girl, I haven't seen your TikToks in a while, or hey, I'm seeing your TikToks. You're doing good. Like that one was real crazy, but you did it. That's what that's what I'm up for right now. It's not about a business outcome. It's not about any of that. It's about really being in flow, being creative, and not having to be quote unquote positioned any sort of way to try to create an outcome. Because anytime we're trying to create an outcome or manipulating circumstance, even again, this stuff goes like, it's so subconscious. We don't even realize we're doing it, but we know in that moment we're out of alignment. So I think that's the first thing, is help hold me accountable on this. And then the second is just an invitation for you. Like, is this resonating? And what part of you is, what's the people pleasing part of you? Who is that part of you? And in what ways are they showing up right now? And is it showing up with not feeling like you can really be yourself at work? Is it showing up with taking on clients that aren't really aligned? Is it showing up with like feeling like you've got to second guess yourself or doubt yourself or write an email 10 times for it to be okay and be accepted? And really looking at that, and again, no judgment, but being open to, yeah, this is where in my life people pleasing me is showing up. And she or he is not the one that's going to create the result that I want. They're not the one who are going to help me create a 8-figure empire. They're not the one who's going to help me launch this nonprofit and create my dream life and all of that. So I think really playing with that, and I'm going to have fun with that too. So you may see a shift in my content. Again, I didn't even think this was showing up, but I'm going to be way more aware of it and lean into it, and we'll see what happens. So there you go. Again, I don't have a polished outro for you today. I'm just going to say, hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Follow my journey, follow what I'm doing, help hold me accountable at Elise Archer on all platforms. And let's see what we can do with this content to get it a little more unscripted and a little more fun. All right. Hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you on our next episode.